All right, so Rickey Smiley, the morning show. Listen, man, we don't want to bring the show down, but we have to just dedicate this portion of the show to a dear friend, comedian David Arnold, passed away last night, and we are just totally devastated this morning. The comedian community is devastated because he was a comedian's comedian. But before his star started to rise, which has just started to rise, you know, because he just put out a Netflix special, and he was blowing up on social media, you know, a dad with his wife and his two beautiful daughters. He made sacrifices to help everybody else and make sure that everybody else's career was on point. He was the head writer on my show that I had on TV One. He was so nice, man, and I really, really enjoyed working with him. Special K, you too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can, and you know it's crazy because I couldn't even sleep last night.
Yeah,
because we the same age. We both 54 years old, and I'm sitting up here like thinking about how my death would affect my kids. And he was in shape. He worked out. He, you know, and had from what I understand, a massive heart attack. I was talking to Lunell last night, but at some point I had to step away from it and just go to bed so I could get up and do the morning show. And my brain's just spinning all night. Kay, I didn't even know y'all was tight like that.
This one hurt, man. Yeah, we got close when we were working on your show because, you know, I was one of the writers. They brought me in as a writer on your sitcom, and I didn't know how to write, Rick. I didn't know how to do that for TV. And David, we had known each other, but he pulled me to the side and he taught me how to do that because he was, you know, he was just that dude. He taught me how to write. He helped me with my comedy, and he helped me with my marriage because at the time, him and his wife was going through some of the same things me and my wife was going through. And he was the one who told me to stick it out. He was the one who told me it was worth it. He was the one who told me, you know, he was just a positive dude.
Yeah.
And he, like you said, it's comedians. It's just
it's tough. K, he stayed on me, man, about my stand up. Like I'm talking about, was like really after me. Like he was like, you funny. Your show was good, but here's some of the things that you need to do. And I've been trying to do it. And we just recently was playing phone tag with each other. I'm trying to hit him. He said, hey, you hit me back on Facebook. I just called you. And and then I would call him back, and then we would get on the phone. I remember the exact spot I was standing the last time I was talking to him because I stepped outside the apartment and was just walking back and forth up and down the sidewalk, and we were just talking and communicating. He was telling me about his Netflix special. I said, well, I got to get you on the morning show so we can promote it. We can talk about it because I really just appreciate everything, you know, that you did for me. I know. Did we have Rodney Perry? Who do you have?
I think
we got comedian Marvin Hunter on this morning, and we got comedian George Wallace on. Hey, good morning, y'all.
Hello, Rick. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, let's George. Let's. Good morning, Marvin. Good morning, George. Let's start off with you, George. David Arnold.
Yes, sir. I gotta say this. Of course, I can barely talk this morning because David, what a great guy. And like you say, his bubble was just about to burst. And I had seen him at the Laugh Factory not too long ago, a few years ago, and I actually said, man, this guy is made for television. He got the smile. He has the stories about his family. And I just think, you know, when I heard about it last night, the calls went out immediately, and I'm devastated. I'm like you, Rick. But you know what? It's our job to keep funny going. So right now, I'm getting prepared to go to his homegoing service. The last time I did this was with John Witherspoon. But when you love a friend, we have a small community. You know that. There's not many of us that do what we do, and we have a bond that you won't believe. And losing this friend, David Arnold, is just really, really touching, and it's crazy. But it's good that God gave us a gift to make sure we keep laughing no matter what, and remember him in laughter. So that's what we got to do. We got to keep smiling no matter what. as the elder statesman. I think I'm the oldest black comedian living, maybe me and Jimmy Walker. So it's my job to get out there for these young kids and let's remember David Arnold in a special way. What a great guy he was. I mean, Kim Woodley was at his house last night with him, and just all of the friends went over, and they were talking to him. You know, that's what a great friendship is about. They were lying on the floor talking to David Arnold. That's great friends. And
yeah.
And but
I
Rickey,
just
you know what we got to do? We're sad today, but tomorrow we got to keep laughing. We're going to remember the good things about David's life, and that should put a smile on your face.
Well, one of the things I wanted to say, George, was that the difference is that David Arnold is actually funny and you are not. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
I know I've been banned from this show. But I'm glad that whatever it is brought us back together today. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not only banned from the show, I'm not coming back on it. Hello? You know,
love you, George.
You gotta keep laughing, but we gotta keep laughing no matter what.
We got to.
People, everybody you know, lying on. I was just talking to David yesterday. I got 15 calls. I was just talking to him. Like, stop lying, y'all.
Right. Got comedian Marvin Hunter on with us this morning. Marvin, man, I saw your Facebook post, man. It had me crying, bro. What are your experience and your thoughts about David Arnold?
Bro, you know, they say you should never question God, but boy, I swear this was a kick in the gut, Rick. And I really was a cheerleader for Dave, man. I was so inspired by his story. You know, he's always a decent human being, and it's just so hard to run across decent human beings these days, man. When I was younger, a younger comic, you know, and I got an opportunity, a blessing to be his feature. And I remember he really went out of his way to help me, you know, above and beyond anything I had experienced up until that time. And every time I've been around him, because, you know, he's real good friends with Rodney Perry. I'm real good friends with Rodney Perry. So when he come to town, we hang out and stuff. Man, I'm talking about decent human being, brilliant comic, but decent human being.
I'm talking about brilliant. Hey, Marvin, brilliant. I'm talking about can take whatever story you about to talk about on stage and rewrite it and let it drag for about 10 minutes. He's like, man, you he would be on you, man. He would really make you uncomfortable or whatever, and get you out of your comfort zone and make you take that story and stretch it. He says too many elements. Like, he'd really be in your face about it, and that's what comedians need, and that's what when you do stuff like this, we just need coaching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he really was a good dude, man. This one hit way different, Rick.
Yeah, man. Hey, George, you know I love you. Marvin, you know I love you, man. And, you know, I don't know how much time we got on this earth.
Exactly. So, you know,
but George,
we gotta live a good life while we're living.
But George, don't take it for granted, man. Every single time you text me, man, I really appreciate it. And I'm just happy to hear from you. I'm happy that you're still here. You're one of the first people that I open for. And I absolutely love you and appreciate everything you ever done for me, George. You know, I really mean that.
I love you, Rickey, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, because my love for you does not require your permission. And it's just good that God put people on earth like you. You are still the nicest guy in the world. And maybe it's the Southern stuff that's in us, how we were brought up. But you are a real man, and God bless you, and thank you for being my friend.
No, man, thank you, Joe. Marvin, love you.
Even though you banned me from the show.
Love you, man.
Yeah, you won't be back on the show, man. But I love you, George. Marvin, love you, man. You can come back, but George can't.
I can call somebody else. I can do some white people show.
More Rickey Smiley, more the show coming up.